Hey everyone, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil and it's time to talk Andor, and man oh man am I excited. We've got a jailbreak this episode. We have to assume it's happening this episode after last episode where Kino, Andy Serkis, finally found his motivation to not just toe the company line, but to decide his only way of surviving is to escape, is to cooperate with Andor. We know that there's other men within the group that are sort of scouting out the layout, trying to suss out the movement of the guards. This is the episode where we get to see that plan develop, come together, and get put into place, and hopefully, well, we know at least two men are getting out alive. We know Melshi and Andor are going to survive. I hope there's certainly more survivors of this escape attempt, but, you know, in the past I've told you how much I like a heist movie, a heist story. Well, really, a jailbreak it's just a specific type of heist, isn't it? It's just that the prize isn't something valuable in a concrete sense, it's something valuable in a much more abstract sense. The prize is freedom. But it takes just as much planning. It's just as challenging because of all these securities that need to be overcome. And I'm really excited to see how this happens, because this prison feels like it's perfectly engineered to keep prisoners at work indefinitely. There's almost no interactions between guards and prisoners. The only time that happens is when a new prisoner is introduced to the work group. And we do know that one is going to be coming soon, because we lost our old man to a stroke last episode, which means Table 5 is one man short right now, and there's going to be a new member coming down that elevator any day now. So we've got to put a plan into place quickly. And yeah, man, there's other things happening in this story too, beyond this prison that Andor's stuck in. Bix is still captive under the ISB and Dedra, but Dedra is, back and forth between Ferrix and Coruscant. She's being kind of stalked, kind of adored by Cyril. Vel is Mon Mothma's cousin. She sort of has to reintegrate herself into society as a spoiled rich girl, while the woman she loves, Cinta, is back on Ferrix, scouting out Bix and waiting for Andor, but she's got her eyes on Bix, Marva, and who knows who else. Maybe she'll be able to help Bix somehow. I don't know, but I'm here for the jailbreak this episode. We'll have plenty to talk about at the end. I have zero doubt of that. So be sure to stick around after the reaction for the commentary. But let's jump into it, guys. This is episode 10 of Andor, and it's called One Way Out.
He's not a banker. He's a thug.
Yeah, you're going to have to get your hands dirty, Mon. Oh yeah, the raid, Krieger's raid is.
We've got a rebel pilot in custody.
Yeah, they've got to jump on Krieger's raid on the power station. Okay, so this is the night shift right now, isn't it? Man, they just have to walk it right past all the men. That's brutal.
It has to be tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
We can't wait. We'll never have a better chance. Right now, they're afraid.
Afraid? Afraid of what?
They just killed 100 men to keep them quiet. Power doesn't panic. 5,000 men are about to find out they're never leaving here alive. They'll replace Olaf tomorrow. That might not happen again until it's too late.
Yeah.
I'd rather die trying to take them down than die giving them what they want. It has to be tomorrow.
Program! All right.
No one is getting out!
Yeah. Period. Oh, this is such a cool scene. Everybody at the edge of their cell.
True. We're gonna die here.
Unless...
Place. So let's get our heads back in our cells and start figuring this out.
Let's assume Krieger's watching. The least suspicious thing that we could do would be to take an interest.
That is exactly what we will do.
Yeah. That's wise. Oh, I hate how efficient the ISB is. It's a fake number. Is it going to be on this shift?
We are done with counting shifts. There is only one way out. Play it how you want. But I'm gonna assume I'm already dead. And take it from there. Let's make it look good.
Does that mean all 50 of them are breaking at the same time? That's fucking awesome. Oh! Oh, I'm so freaking excited. Has anyone noticed that the things they're making look exactly like the Empire logo? Just a big old hexagonal star. They're literally making the Empire.
Suppose I thought I'd be coming back regularly.
Oh, this is the thug?
Yes. We're exploring alternative financing.
Look at the
arrangements for our
composition of this
foundation.
shot. It's just...
I want no fee. Money means very little to me at this point.
Oh.
Please take no offense. I'd prefer not to owe any favors.
I have a 14-year-old son. I'd like to bring him with me.
Oh.
You can't be serious.
Marry him into the family.
An introduction. Her daughter's 13. She'll soon come of age.
Is that your only offer?
I'm afraid so.
That's not a line she's willing to cross yet.
It's a lot to think about.
I'm not thinking about it.
That's the first untrue thing you've said.
How much are you willing to sacrifice for the rebellion? Will you marry your daughter off, just as you were married off? Oh, man.
He wants a meeting, face to face.
Who's that?
There goes the day.
I don't like it.
Who wants a meeting?
I'm surprised he waited this long.
And if it's a trap?
Well, if it's a trap, we've already lost.
Who could it be?
I'm dead.
Hey, I'm pretending to be dead. Go. Don't die till you put up a fight.
I'm already dead.
One way out.
There's only one way out. Oh man, this is just going to be a surge. Oh, oh, the music, the tension. Oh, I am so ready for this.
We are not gonna close out the shift like that.
Are they going to get their new guy? Are they going to not get the guy today? What's this pipe all about?
Stop right there.
Oh, here he comes.
Hands on your head, eyes front.
Oh, is that going to be the hydraulics to the elevator or something like that? Come on, break it. Whatever you're trying to do it. Oh! Oh, people grabbing hoses and... Oh, man. Oh my god.
Lift engaged.
What's the water gonna do to the floor shocking? Is it just gonna short it out?
Would you say to me?
I said nothing.
I mean, if you want to say something, you should say it now. You start. Get it up. All right, you lot, back up program.
Go! Go!
Okay, random dude. New guy, well done. Oh, you're dead. Shit.
Attack!
Holy shit. This is so not finesse. This is, let's just throw stuff at them. What's...
Get on the table!
On the tables, on... Sorted everything out.
We have a situation on 5 QD.
God damn it, he's good. He has no problem pulling the trigger. Boots. Boots. I still don't know how they're getting out of the building or, you know, past the giant lake that these things are sitting in. Oh, it's leaking through. Oh, look at all the weapons. Arm everybody.
Keep the doors open!
Oh, they're not even worried about Boots. This is so freaking awesome. Not enough guards.
Go, go! One way out! Come on, fight!
Are we gonna get all 5,000 men out of here? Are we oh. Holy crap, guys. This is so amazing. Oh!
Believe me! Join us!
Ah!
This is a facility-wide emergency announcement.
Burn a firewall around it. Try the whole level.
Who just came in?
Too late. Turn it off!
That could mean so many things.
I'll turn it off.
Caught the power.
So hydro. Once we turn it off, it takes months to get it back up and running again.
Yeah.
He has the hydrogens.
No red lights.
On program! Now!
Tell him what to do.
Be a leader.
You do this every day. Tell him what to do.
My name is Kino. We are, at this moment, in control of the facility. How long we hang on, how far we get, how many of us make it out, all of that is now up to us. All the floors are cold. Take charge and start climbing. They don't have enough guards, and they know it. We will never have a better chance
than right
than
now.
this. And I would rather die trying to take them down than giving them what they want.
He just used Andor's words.
We know that no one outside here knows what's happening. And now we know we are being transferred to some other prison to go and die. There is one way out. Right now. The building is ours. You need to run, climb, kill. You see someone who's confused, someone who's lost. You get them moving and you keep them moving until we put this place behind us. There are 5,000 of us. If we can fight half as hard as we've been working, we will be home in no time.
Oh. They're so scared. They're just hiding. And now what? Yeah, but the giant whirlpools. Or have they stopped because you cut off the power? Can't swim.
Can't swim.
Oh shit. Oh, come on. Kino. Yeah, of course, the big whirlpools are shut down because they turned off the hydrogens. Oh. Oh my god, that's the most amazing thing I've seen on television in years, guys. Oh, that whole sequence was just magic. Oh, my heart. I'm inspired. Oh, so happy. This guy Is this guy a mole? He's ISB. He's the one that said we should do the thing we're always doing. Is he IS? Is this guy a frickin' rebel mole? No, he's the one that wants to talk to Luthen. Maybe.
If this is a trap, press the buttons for 215. Well, it's been a year since we've had a chance to catch up. You've become a father.
He's a mole. Or is he just being...
Do you ever think how it might feel from my side?
I think about you constantly.
Bedroom Hero. She's focused on a suspect she's calling Axis. The Partagas likes her.
Oh, this is good.
Why is this good?
Because she's wasting time.
You had nothing to do with Aldani.
Well, almost nothing. We were invited but declined. They got lucky. We don't build on luck. This can't be why you're here.
We know about...
She just captured a rebel pilot running supplies for Anto Krieger.
Yeah.
We know that there's a raid planned on the power station at Spellhouse. If Krieger attacks, they'll be waiting. They'll be slaughtered.
It's 50 men.
Luthen's gonna let it
I
happen.
have to warn them.
To what end? What better way to reassure the ISB there's no leak in security than sacrificing Krieger? I'm doing this for
He's
you.
an ox. Wow. Wow.
I can't do this anymore. I had no idea how it would feel.
We took a vow.
Mon and Vel took a vow too. I think this is a real
I'm warning you about Ferrix. I'm honoring my vow.
vow.
We can't let you go, Lonnie. We can't spare you. You're trapped, Lonnie. There's no pleasure in saying it, but you're going nowhere. We need heroes, Lonnie, and here you are.
And what do you sacrifice?
Kindness, kinship, love.
I have to become
I've given up all chance at inner peace. I made my mind a sunless space. I'm damned for what I do.
but it needs to be done.
I'm condemned to use the tools of my enemy. I burn my decency for someone else's future. I burn my life to make a sunrise that I know I'll never see.
Oh my God.
So what do I sacrifice? Everything!
I'm in freaking awe, guys. This is...
Stay with me. I need all the heroes I can get.
Holy crap. This show is so freaking good. Oh my God, they've got to the other side. Where are they? Now what? Now what? We gotta find something. Is that... That's the best episode yet. And I think that episode elevates this show. Like, this show was already a real masterpiece, but that episode elevates this show to a really rarefied air. This is the best live-action Star Wars in 40 years. This is some of the best television I've seen in a decade. That whole sequence of Andy Serkis on the comms in the prison, speaking to the entire 5,000 prisoners, rallying them, motivating them, guiding them, while we see the swell, this upswell of desperate men ultimately swimming for their freedom. And they're still on this planet. They're still, now what? The massive question of now what? But 2 episodes ago, when we got introduced to this prison, I didn't see the way out. I couldn't see it. I didn't know how it was going to work. And my God, it wasn't a hyper convoluted heist style plan. At one point, it was as simple as throw everything that's got some weight that we can at the 2 guys with guns, and we'll try and overwhelm them. I love that Cassian ultimately was the leader of this. By no means he the first one to start working on this plan, but he was the one that made it happen on this day. He's the one that got Kino on board. The two of them, immediately after they took Olaf out, when they were alone in the airlock between the hallway and their dorm, where Cassian's doing everything he can to persuade Kino that it has to be tomorrow. Gorgeous scene, but my mind is blown. I've never seen acting like this in Star Wars before. And Star Wars has had plenty of great actors, don't get me wrong. But sometimes it's hindered by dialogue in the past. Sometimes it's just been hindered by the plot itself. The plots in Star Wars are often more fun and action-adventure-y, and they don't require a ton of super heavy lifting by an actor. Not the way this episode did. They're like Stellan Skarsgård's speech at the end there, what has he sacrificed? Everything was a those are the kind of performances that go on your reel, that get you work for the next decade. Not that Stellan Skarsgård was going to have any problem working for the next decade, but people are going to be talking about that clip for ages. It's going to be one of these speeches that people memorize and perform as monologues for their own auditions, that sort of thing. It's no long. I mean, I've talked about this multiple times over the course of these reactions. This show is about sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice for a cause you believe in? Are you willing to sacrifice your loved ones? You know, Mon Mothma is faced with this decision now. She needs this crime lord from her home planet to help her out with her banking problem. And what he's asking for isn't money. It isn't a favor. It's an introduction between his son and her daughter. Is she willing to betroth her daughter to this criminal's son in an effort for the rebellion? Clearly she's not happy in these traditional arranged marriages, and I can't imagine she would want that for her daughter, even though her daughter doesn't seem to respect her very much. She says she's not going to do it, but it was an interesting closing line there from the crime lord, Davo, when she says, "I'm not thinking about it," and he says, "That's the first lie you've told today." He knows she's thinking about it, and she needs to be thinking about it for the rebellion, but it's a huge ask. What is she willing to sacrifice? She already thinks she may have gone too far in this. Luthen made the decision years ago when he took this vow that he would sacrifice everything. He would use the tools of his enemies to defeat them. This is not for him. This is not for his peace of mind. This is not for the sanctity of his soul. He knows he's going to do evil things for the cause of the rebellion, for future generations, maybe for his kids or grandchildren, or just for the freedom of mankind. But the men in the prison, what are they willing to sacrifice just to escape and maybe fight back? Well, it helps if you go into this battle thinking you're already dead, and it doesn't hurt that you essentially are. You are never leaving this Imperial prison system. You may not come back to this prison, but they'll just transfer you to another one, and you're never getting out. So you might as well be dead. So consider yourself already dead, and maybe at the end of the day you'll win your life back. There is a mole at the ISB, guys. There's this guy who's been a minor character in the background of all these scenes in the boardroom at the ISB, and he is a rebel plant. He's been there for 6 years, alone. He wants out. But Luthen puts on this masterpiece performance and says, "We need heroes. You're our hero." this is what the rebellion needs, and he's going to go back. You know he's going to go back. But the crazy thing is he's coming to Luthen with all of this information that Dedra has basically called him Axis, has connected him to Cassian, knows that that breakout on Ferrix was tied to Aldhani, is tied to all these stolen parts that have been ending up in Rebel ships. But beyond that, the ISB is also aware of this pending raid on the power station at Storms, wherever it is. There's a raid on a power station coming up, and we can stop it. We can warn the men. But Luthen, he's acting like the ISB because he has to, and he has to weigh these equations. Do I allow that raid to continue and fail, walk into an ambush, or do I save the men but reveal that I have a mole in the ISB? This is a similar problem that the British had during World War II when they cracked the Enigma machine. It's like, at what point do you act on the information you're gathering and save lives, but also reveal that you've cracked the codes? It's a really interesting philosophical question. It's a really interesting military question. It's a really interesting ethical question. I don't know what the right answer is when the end goal is something as noble as this rebellion that we know is a noble cause because we see the end result. We've all seen Return of the Jedi. We know the end result. We know it's a noble cause. But at this point, 10 years earlier, it's a big ask. It's a big ask. This show, guys, is magic. This show, I almost feel like the problem this show... I've been trying to wrap my head around why not many people are watching this show, and I think what it boils down to is it didn't attract the massive casual Star Wars audience because Andor is a lesser-known character. He's not an original character. He only appeared in Rogue One, which isn't even really one of the true 9 Star Wars movies, if you know what I mean. People don't have an emotional connection to Andor the way they do to Boba Fett or Obi-Wan Kenobi. But it's called Star Wars Andor. And people who aren't Star Wars fans aren't going to try a new Star Wars show. And yet, I feel like if you took the Star Wars out of this, if you just made this a science fiction war story, standalone, it would take almost no change at all. But if you did that, you would attract a whole new audience to this who are just into well-written, taut, tense, thrilling dramas. There's a massive market for that, and this show is as good as anything I've seen in that genre in years, and it's going to stick around. It's going to be a slow burn. People are going to be talking about it. I think the viewership numbers during season 2 are going to be much higher than season 1 because people will have had a year to talk about it. People will have stumbled across it. Maybe not this initial wave of viewers who were dedicated to watching everything Star Wars, but people will discover this show and people will talk about the show. The acting is, like I said, better than anything I've seen in the Star Wars universe. These scenes are more emotionally gripping and powerful than anything else in the Star Wars. Just, I've been tense and wound up and knotted for the last hour, and I've loved every second of it because it's just so freaking compelling. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir, but I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Maybe you view this differently. Maybe this didn't register for you. I don't get it, but make your case, or agree with me if you agree with me. Let me know. I think this is magic in a bottle right now, and the team that's making this show should not stop at the 2 seasons of Andor. They should go right on to some other Star Wars project and continue to do whatever they're doing, because it's goddamn beautiful. And I want more from them. There should be a full-time British unit led by Tony Gilroy making Star Wars content. Give me a Dedra series. Give me anything. Give me a procedural drama set within the halls of the ISB. Give me Old Republic. Give me High Republic. Give me something that we've never seen on television before. But give me more of what magic you guys have found over in the UK making this show, because it's perfection. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, I'm going to catch my breath now. Thank you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit here today on Neil Talks. As always, I love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Cannot wait for next week. Episode 11. We're into the final 2 episodes of the season, starting a new mini arc / wrap up, and what that's going to hold. Well, we still have to get Cassian off this moon and back in touch with somebody, or does he just go on the run? I don't think he goes on the run anymore. I think he finds a way to fight next. But we'll find out next week, won't we? And until then, everybody, take care, stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cheers.